Alright, so Thailand! Yeah! I'm finally back. I don't know if you can tell by looking at this video, but I am semi-tanner. My hair is definitely more red because I just spent a wonderful amount of time lying on a beach in Thailand. Let's see. Where do I even start? Probably Bangkok. Bangkok would be the best place for me to start. That's the first place that we started, and I think that one night in Bangkok is definitely enough. It's a dirty, crazy, hot, sweaty, full of tourists city. It is absolutely ridiculous. So we got in, and I walked off the plane, and I thought my lungs were going to collapse because I was breathing in water. It was so humid. It was hot and sticky and sweaty and gross, but we got outside and all the taxis were pink and like bright green and neon blue and orange, and some of them had spoilers on the back, and I think there was even a Mitsubishi cab, and like that was pretty sick. We get in a cab and we meet a friend. But no, we didn't meet her yet. We shared a cab with someone else. But we go to our hostel. It's dorm style room, meet some people, change into pretty little dresses, mainly to not feel sweaty anymore, and go down to Koh San Road. And Koh San Road is a giant street full of shops and some bars and, the McDonald's that every place has, and street food and tattoo shops and all sorts of things. And it was really fun. Every bar has bucket specials where if you buy a literally giant bucket, probably this big around mirror, and one place we went to, it was like, we don't check an ID card. Like, good. But yeah, we had lots of buckets. They were delicious. And yeah, it was basically just a shit show in Bangkok, because Charlie and Hannah, my friends who I went with, both got pretty schmammered, and Hannah lost a toenail. Literally, some guy that we met tried to ballroom dance with her, and her toe got stuck in the crack of the ground, and literally her big toenail was ripped off, just completely ripped off. So if you find a toenail on Koh San Road, I know the owner of it, and yeah. And then we lost our friend Charlie for an entire night. We didn't find her until probably 8:30 the next morning, and I almost got a tattoo with someone spontaneously. We met a girl named Alex from Canada, and she was traveling with two guys from Australia, Matt and Talus, I think. We met them because Talus was running around trying to give girls roses, and he gave all of us roses, and then we just like chilled with them. And yeah, Matt and I decided we were best friends, BFFs, and we were like comparing tattoos and stuff and talking about how spontaneous we were. And he's like, would you get a tattoo like right now? I was like, yeah, I'd get a tattoo right now, obviously. He's like, what would you get? Like, would you get like my name? And I was like, I'd get an M for Matt. And then he was like, yeah, I'd get an N for Natasha. And we started laughing because if you got that tattoo, you look down and be like, that one crazy night in Bangkok, I met this dude, and we never saw each other ever again. But we both have our initials. So that almost happened. Literally like 30 seconds away from doing that. But yeah, there was a crazy tuk-tuk ride. Tuk-tuks are like these little, basically golf carts that people drive around in, and it's like a crazy method of transportation. I have a video of us taking a tuk-tuk ride at night that I will definitely show you guys because it's awesome. And Hannah's really funny in it. What else happened in Bangkok? Jesus. I don't remember. The next day, we went to see a temple called Wat Arun. All the temples in Thailand start with Wat, so I'm assuming Wat in Thai means temple. And it was cool. It was just so hot. We took a little boat over, and the boat was supposed to pick us back up, but they didn't. So we hitched a ride with these American dudes in their boat, and we didn't realize it wasn't going back to the pier, but it was going back to their 5-star crazy-ass hotel, which is absolutely beautiful. And Then from there we like explored the city a little bit more, did some more shopping. We only had like a night and a day in Bangkok, but I really don't think you need it anymore. I'm really disappointed because there's this tattoo that you can get by Buddhist monks. It's the one, if you know Angelina Jolie, she has it. It's one where they do it with like a nail and like the needle, and they just kind of into your back, and they say a prayer, and it's like a protective. They believe that you can't be penetrated by bullets when you have it. I'm not going to test it, but the only temple that was close enough was like, I don't know, maybe an hour's ride away from central Bangkok, and found out too late, so I wasn't able to get that. So I'll just have to go back to Thailand. Disappointing. Then after Bangkok, I'm trying to think if lady boys in Bangkok. Almost forgot about the lady boys. Lady boys running rampant everywhere. My friend was like, oh my god, I don't see any lady boys. I'm like, are you joking? All of the women in these tiny little dresses, some of them even had, a lot of them had tattoos on their boobs. They are all lady boys, sweetheart. And she's like, no, they're not. And I'm like, yeah, they are. She goes, they're so pretty. And I'm like, I know they're pretty. It's depressing. We found out they actually take a homeopathic pill, and that's what makes them more feminine. But my friend found out from her Chinese teacher that it actually slowly kills them. So a lot of lady boys don't live very long. They like die at like 40 and 50. I mean, guess you're doing a lot for money. But yeah. I saw some dudes walking off with them. Like, bro, you realize that that's not a female, right? Like, some of them just have a dudely looking face and like the hands, but to each his own. If you want to hook up with lady boy, hook up with lady boy. Yeah, so they were funny. And after Bangkok, we went to the train station and went down, well, not down, actually up to Chiang Mai. We got a sleeper train, which was amazing. It was so comfortable, just knocked out for 14 hours. Gone to Chiang Mai and had this little went to this little hostel that I really can't remember the name of. It's escaping me for some reason, but it was adorable. Like, there were pillows on the floor and beautiful like decorations, and everyone was really friendly, and it was full of a bunch of backpackers. And we actually, the girl we met, Alex the Canadian, was going up to Chiang Mai as well, and she came with us. So we traveled together, and on the train she met this kid named Brandon from New Zealand, who was adorable. We loved Brandon. So we all hung out a lot during that, and that we got there early in the morning, so we arranged to have, was it that night that we took the cooking class? I don't know. It's all coming together. Well, basically, one of the nights we went to a cooking class, and we learned how to cook traditional Thai food, and you could pick from five different categories, a course each. And it's like, adorable little Thai woman took us to the market, showed us what ingredients we were using, why they used them. Like, some yellow tofu, there's no difference between yellow tofu and like white tofu. It's just for color. It's just to make it look pretty, and I didn't realize that. So we each cooked our own individual dish, and they were delicious, and I wanted to vomit. It was so good. There was a lot of night market shopping. The night market shopping was cool. Not as fun to bargain in Thailand as it is in China. They just really don't. If they have a set price, they're like, fine, I'll get it from someone else. You're not going to rip me off. And I'm like, okay, cranky pants. We had some night market shopping. We went to a lot of temples. Many, many, many temples. We went to, literally every 2 feet, there's a Buddhist temple. Watts on watts. And you see monks everywhere. It's very religious, very into Buddhism in Thailand. And they were all beautiful and very spiritual experiences. And you had to wear, if you didn't have the appropriate clothing, you had to wear like shawls to walk in to respect Buddha in his house. And you're not supposed to like put the bottom of your feet towards Buddha because they're the dirtiest part of your body, which I found interesting. Not that I was doing jump kicks towards the statues, but if I got excited. Yeah, so we had smoothies almost every day because they were 20 baht, and for those of you who don't know, 1 Thai baht is equal to 30 Thai baht is equal to $1 American. So I was having 20 baht smoothies, which is ridiculous. The conversion rate is awesome. I remember when I got to China and they were handing me 100 kwai notes with Mao, and I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? It's $100. I feel like I'm so rich. And when I get to Thailand, the equivalent basically of the freaking out about the 100 Mao is the 1,000. I was just like walking around with thousands everywhere. I was like, damn, son, look at me rolling in dough and shit. But not really. It wasn't really that much money. We went to play with baby tigers, and that was amazing. They were so adorable, and it never occurred to any of us to be afraid of them at all. Like, we were just lying on tigers like it was what you do. We were just cuddling with them and playing with the babies, and one like bit my hair. He just came over and he grabbed it and he's like, "Arr!" And they kind of freaked out, and I really didn't care because if I got bit by a tiger, I'd be like, bitch, check out my scar. I've been bit by a tiger. You have not. Yeah, and the food there was amazing. Like, they always advertise it as tiger, not habitat, but tiger experience and restaurant. And we're like, okay, but the rest of the food was really good. If you ever have the chance to eat a spinach cream cheese spring roll, spinach cheese something spring roll with applesauce, not like applesauce that we eat, a creamy apple flavor sauce, do it. We were kind of like, that sounds weird, but it was probably the most delicious thing I've ever had. So we went to see tigers, and then after, was it right after tigers? Yeah, we went to a temple on top of a hill, and we basically had a little private chauffeur for the entire day. He just drove us around for like, it ended up being what, like $20 to have someone drive us around all day. It was pretty nice. I cannot, for my life, pronounce the name of this temple, but I'm going to try. I wrote it down. So it's Wat. Okay. Prathat. I don't know. Doi Sut. I'm not even gonna try anymore. But it is so gold. It is like a giant gold village of temples and Buddhist relics and all these beautiful. It was just astoundingly gorgeous and full of incense and deities. And in one of the temples, they tell you to kneel if you're going to take pictures. So I'm gonna kneel, and like there's monks in there and stuff, and they're chilling, doing their monk thing. And I'm sitting down, I'm looking, I'm like awestruck by these Buddhas, and they all look at you like this. They're looking down at you like, They like, their eyelids are always half closed because they're looking down at you. And I'm like, oh, okay. It's kind of creepy, but it's really humbling, I think. And we're sitting there, my friend Charlie and I, and we're kind of like meditating, just piecing out, thinking about our experience in China, and how lucky we are to be in Thailand, and just taking it all in. And there are some other people, and they're taking pictures and stuff, but then the monk, like, just motions for us to come over. We're like, oh, okay. So we come over, and we sit in front of him, and he starts chanting and shaking water on us. And he's, like, blessing us. And as soon as the chant was done, we went over and we saw another monk who took this is my left arm, our left arm, and tied this little piece of string on it while he was chanting. So I was blessed by a Buddhist monk. I will be right back. Actually, I'm going to